Big on the front. Big on the back. Oh, flippin' heck. What did you say?
I walked all this way
And
I haven't seen a set of mowing at all.
Haven't you?
No.
Didn't you see the big ones with John?
I just briefly saw the tractor cab.
Oh. Was it moving on? Right, I got to phone this call this phone this number. Right, anyway, I'll be back in a sec. We'll have a look at the grass. Well, I took that call. Something else to sort out. I just got out to look at the grass, and this mower is definitely not mowing right. Look. I mean, look at that. That's how, look at it's not cut that. And it's not because I'm too far away and I'm missing a bit. Seems that strip there seems to have done the same this side, look. Where am I looking? It was somewhere along here, there was bits not cut. I thought it wasn't running smooth. It seems to have done it. I thought a belt had come off, but I don't think it's the belt. There's something not right there. I mean, this mower will have to see us out. And then I'm kind of looking to sort of think, let's just check there's no belt off. Don't do this when the thing's running. I'll just put my hand down there, look, that's where the belts are. In there. I got the cover off, 1, 2. I feel fine on there. But one of the big main things is the belt off. But it's making funny noises, it's not running right. It's not running right for sure. It's had it, this mower. We had it repaired, but it's still not running right. I'll get around this, I'll get this done. I got the other mower, get through this summer. One thing at a time, I don't know. Anyway, we had Potmaster at least. And a bit, to be honest, a bit of this, if it's not mown perfect, it's fine, because it'll regrow. And then when I do another cut, it'll be fine, because if you cut it too short, sometimes it actually takes ages to recover. So, because I noticed it's not cut it very short compared with some years, and I think I'll just have to live with it. But I think there's some slippage on the drum or something not right. Okay, we'll stop again for lunch next. Crack on. Well, the mower's holding out. I'm wondering whether it's just a sheer volume of grass in this field as well, because it is a hell of a crop of grass, as you well know. But seriously, it's not cutting well. This is the mower we had repaired last year. We've only used, I think it's only the second time I've used it since it was repaired. It isn't cutting right, I'm sure of that, because it sounds noisy in the back. But this is a lot of grass to cope with. It's well over what I'm used to having in the field. Although my brother's using the old Gaunt's Far, and that thing cuts really tight and really nicely, and that's older than this thing. This thing's had a bit of a bad life, really. It's had one repair after another. Probably should have got it with hindsight, got rid of it quite a few years ago, really, before it got really old. Anyway, this summer's going to be a live-through job. As I said to you before, I don't really want to buy a new mower this year if I can help it. Just because he's cash flow, really. I just bought that third spreader. Better to replace it before it breaks, isn't it? Better to replace your machinery more often than I do. There's a word of advice from Funky Farmer. This should have been chopped in probably 10 years ago, really. Actually, 10 years ago we did buy a new mower. In fact, you can look it up on YouTube. We had a SIP mower. I got it as a replacement for this. It turned into a bag of rubbish. And what happened is we sent it back and got our money back, and that was when we were going to change. And we didn't. We sent it back and we never did anything more about it, and that was a mistake. We should have bought the replacement mower then. But I think we had enough to deal with on our plate when we sent it back, and then my dad died not long after, the following year, I think, probably. And then we just sort of forgot about buying a new mower. Anyway, we're battling on with this. I will stop for lunch. We'll have another look then. I think it'll be alright, the mowing. It's just ain't going to be pretty. I think the test boot will be when we pick it up. We'll be able to see the sort. I reckon there'll be quite a striky effect on here. Still battling on for this. I'm thinking I'll stop for lunch in about half an hour. I have just seen the mower turning up over there to do, Samson's have come to do the mowing. There's probably Ed Stad on it actually. He normally does the mowing for them on this. I might stop and have a little look in a minute because it's usually an impressive bit of kit. Depends how this goes. We'll see. It's getting better all the time, isn't it? I've lost a bit of power in the engine. I think the fuel filter might be blocked, and I had it booked in to be changed. And the person who phoned me up just then was someone who was coming to change it, and he forgot last week. He's phoning to apologise. Anyway, it was overdue doing. He couldn't do it. He forgot last week. He's coming. I told him, don't worry, it's fine. Of course it's not. I knew he was playing up. Anyway, because I've had fuel filter blockages before. They tend to lose power in the tractor, which is exactly what's happening here. I should have had it changed earlier in the spring, but I forgot. I tried getting it changed before silage making, and then of course this has crept up on me. So I'm basically limping along a bit slower than I would. If I put it up a gear, it just loses and that's usually a sign of lack of fuel. So I think the fuel filter is the problem here. So I will get this done. Either the tractor's going to conk out or the mower's going to conk out. I don't know. I'm going to conk out, but I am just going slow. I mean, it's not a race. We've got the other mowers going. If I can battle on and get this down. But I'm only doing 5.2 miles an hour. How about that? It's not going well really today. Oh well. Lessons learned here. Service your machinery earlier. I know what it is. We had some dirty fuel. The tank was when I put some in the tractor today. I thought, well, that didn't look good. It had some bits in it. It's at the bottom of the tank. I'm due a delivery of oil in, of diesel in. And it's got to the bottom of the tank, and when I always filter the fuel before I put it in the tractor in a funnel, and it's got like a mesh funnel. Anyway, when it went through that mesh the other day, there was a lot of debris in there, and I thought, oh, that's bad. Of course, by then it's always in the tractor, isn't it? So I think that it's probably bugged it up proper. Oh, I'm still going there. Oh, I can fall asleep. I'm going to stop for lunch after this strip. And then we'll get the other one done this afternoon, hopefully. Oh, I'm multitasking. I've done this field. I've just finished off going around the headland. Oh, my mower's slow, my tractor's slow. I can't get anything good on the radio unless I use the Bluetooth. But I have got a hell of a crop of grass, and I mean that because I tell you what. Let me just drop this down a minute. Let's turn this off. I've got to. Cool, you can hear that banging away, can't you? Shouldn't be making that noise. Can you hear that? That shouldn't be making that noise, should it? Oh, I can see he's over there. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to come in here a bit quick. I've got to mow this one next. So I'll go and have a look at him mowing rough horsehair in a minute. I'm just going to come in here, move this out of the way and get in there, and then I'll go and have a look. Tell you what, it's blooming coming out hot now. No. There's still water on the ground though. This is the whole bizarre thing of the season. Look at that. Can you see that down there? There's still water in the ground. So although we've had a lot of sun, or today we have, it's still blooming wet. What a world we're in. We've had a funny season. Right, let's get on with this then. It's going to be one of those days today, wasn't it, I think? It's not over yet, so I don't know what I'm going to be facing when I finish. Let's hope I finish. I'm not entirely convinced this isn't going to blow up before I've done the job. Right, let's go. What gear am I in? Get this mowed. See, I'm going alright now. That fuel filter blockage, I think it's playing me up a googly because this tractor's going alright now, but there's thinner grass here. Right, let's get round and we'll stop at the top and see if I can see the mower. I bet you it'll, when it goes through a thick a bit like this, it'll struggle. Right, well the mower seems to be working right at the moment. I don't really know what's going on. Sorry, the mower and the tractor. I'm sure this is what I've had before with these fuel blockages. They're intermittent. It might have cleared it a little bit. I'm picking up speed now, you see. So whereas before I didn't have any speed, now I'm back to only a difference, a couple of miles, 6.2 instead of 5.4. I just thought, I can see the tractor now. He's not actually, it's not right down by me yet. I can see him. He hasn't done as much as I thought he would. I'll zoom round in a minute when we get nearer. You can just see. Can you see him up there? I'll have to stop. There he is, there, focus. Sorry about that, guys. I'll catch up with him when he does this field near us. He's a long way away, look. Anyway, I've got to get on with this. I can just see he's finished mowing the top field now. I expect he's probably stopping for his lunch. I'm going to stop for my lunch now. It's 1 o'clock nearly. We'll have a look. He'll be in that little paddock there. I can do a video of his proper setup once he's in there. But I'm going to stop over under the trees, have a sandwich, and we'll have a look at something else as well while we're there. Oh, won't sound good, does it? You hear that clanking? let's just get through this season. Right, oh, it's lunchtime. I'm stopping. We're gonna have a look at, have a look, see what's in my sandwich in a minute. But in the meantime, I look at this tale of sadness behind me. Oh, ash dieback, I hate you. Right, look at this. Look at that. There ain't much left alive on that ash tree now. Just that bit there. But the rest are going the same, look. They're all thinning out. It's like the first year they try and fight back, but there's bits gone, look. See, this bit's alive, but that bit's dead. And you can just tell it's not right. It's half dead, half alive this year on these. If you look, can you see that? The ash dieback, how it affects it? Like there's some alive on it. This year it might stay alive. That lovely ash tree there. Same. That one's gone. Oh God, that one's gone. Look, completely dead. Oh Christ. Oh, do you know what? Oh, I'm gutted. I am genuinely gutted to see these trees dying. Part of it is because of so much I put into it, because so 25 years ago I laid that hedge on my own. Came down here in the afternoons in the winter while my brother was milking. My dad was alive then, he was doing all the paperwork. In the mornings I'd come down as well, and I laid the entire length of that hedge from that corner right along there, right? And also while I laid it, I pollarded these ash trees with a chainsaw. I cut them all so they regenerate. And I left those, that little group there, I left those as little saplings to grow on up to create some cover. And what's happened? It's all come in and died. Bloody ash dieback. On this farm, it's going to be a sad day because I'm going to lose so many trees. Look at this. This is these two here, ash. There's a field maple. This is a clever tree, look. There's two trees in one. Hard to believe it or not, but there's a field maple growing up between it. That's the stump of a field maple there, look, and it's actually joined the tree. How weird is this? Look at that. You can just make a line. That's a field maple growing in the middle of an ash. How about that? It's kind of grown up through the middle of it. It's amazing, and it's sort of melded to the tree. So that'll stay alive, but this ash is, oh, look at it. Jesus. Oh, I am so sad. I am, you know what I'm like. I'm a bit of a softie, but I put my heart into this farm. And these trees all around the farm. My dad did the same. When the Dutch elm disease came through, he cut the trees down, planked them up, and I'm reaping the benefit in the farmhouse now because some of the tree doors in the farmhouse are actually from the elm trees from the Dutch elm disease. And what he did, he went round and replanted trees around the farm then when the elms went. Anyway, obviously my job now, I'm sorry, I'm just a bit choked up about it because do you know what I love about this farm is that we've got all these trees, the landscape, the beauty of it. And you know, you make such an effort to, you know, when I laid that hedge, it was a real effort to leave those trees because it would have been easier to not do that, not leave that. Do you know what I mean? When I'm hedge trimming, that's a pain in the bum having those there because you've got to come along here and then you've got to trim around a little bit and there. Same with these trees here, look. If you go along with a hedge trimming, you've got to trim there, in between that one, in between that one. And so much easier would have been to cut those out and not bother, you know? And I've flipping left them because the beauty of having those trees there is lovely. And it's all going. All going. These here are going. Well, it ain't going. I'm putting them back. I'll have to try and do something with the hedgerows. I gotta wait for it to run its course, really, am I? I've got to wait for it to run its course, and then it'll have to be oak or sycamore, chestnut, maybe some chestnut. Gotta be something. The ash is good because it goes right up and doesn't sort of form a canopy too wide out. Because the problem is you don't want too wide a canopy if you're trying to hedge trim and all that malarkey. No good putting ash back. Oh, blimey. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Let's get on something more cheerful. I am shocked because I tell you why I'm shocked. I haven't been down here to look at that. I haven't seen that. I didn't realise how bad it was, and I knew. I think I said to you last year. Last year it was coming. I could see it coming, but I hadn't. Nothing died last year really. One died. This year. Obviously those lot have died, but obviously I can see where we're going now. The rest are going to be goners, aren't they? I'm going to start looking around the farm. I'm going to have to do an ash survey, work out how many ash trees I've got and how many trees I'll have to replace. Anyway, what's in my Funky Farmer sandwich? Can you guess? Can you guess? Let me just put this down here. It's a bad boy sandwich. I don't muck around with sandwiches. There's no point in having these skinny little things, is there? Pouncing around with that. Slightly warm sandwich. Right, here we have. Look at that. Slab of beef from the Sunday roast with what have I got? Not Worcester sauce. I've got horseradish sauce and butter. Mmm. Mmm. Got a gallon of apple juice as well because beef can be a bit dry, can't it? Right, let me put this down. Oh, sorry. I just spat a bit of beef sandwich at the camera. I'm going to have my sandwich in a minute. You don't want to see me eat this, but it's not a pretty sight. If any of you corrected guessed beef sandwich, you were right. Right, we'll be back after this sandwich. 3, 2, 1, back in the room. Bombay mix. Bombay mix. I love a bit of Bombay mix. This is Tesco one. They vary a lot actually. Oh, do you know what's not very good about the Tesco one? They haven't got any of those big bad boy bits in. Look. Only those little skinny ones. You know? Do you know the ones I mean? They're like big fat things. Even my kids know which ones to nick. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Mm. Mm. Oh my god, this is milk. Look, I can fold it in half. Oh, flipping heck. Oh god, I'm having one of those days. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can just go like that. Look, that's a bar of chocolate. If you haven't worked out already. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Oh, Christ almighty. Look at that. Oh, I haven't got any chocolate now. What a flipping disaster. Oh, I knew it was... I knew it was warm in the cab. Oh, that's liquid chocolate. If anyone, that's a chocolate drink. Maybe that's how I invented drinking chocolate. Oh, I'm gutted. Oh, well, I'll put that back in the fridge when I get home. Oh, I didn't bring any cake or anything. A packet of crisps. Oh, hang on, what have I got in here? Oh, I got a bit of brie. I'm not that won't last long. That's quite warm as well. It's like semi-liquid. What I have got is some of Mrs. P's sausage rolls. And these are Paris porkers in there. Done now. Nearly drank a whole carton of apple juice. All I want now is chocolate, isn't it? And that was the way, isn't it? Just when you can't have something, you really want it. Right, let's get back to work. Harry is supposed to be joining us later after school. If he's got time, it depends whether I finish up here or not. I don't think I will. I'm a bit behind now. Get up against this dying tree, lovely. Right, we'll have a quick look out here. Look, a very different sort of meadow than the other one. This is permanent pasture. That one was a new lay, but it's an old lay now really, but it's all Italian ryegrass really. This is more permanent pasture. It's not as thick. It's still a hell of a crop of grass though, because it's done really well. I mean, I was amazed with how much grass was here, because this field flooded in the winter and I was worried that any fertiliser or muck that I put on it would have been washed away, but it's still done really well. I mean, just the amount of water I think we've had. You know, farming's more governed by the weather than anything, it really is. Some years I've mown this and it's been hardly anything, it's been like fluff. I mean, we're going to have a lot of grass in that clamp this year, I'm sure of that. Right, let's get going. We'll stop and see if we can see that mower in a minute. I should get me back. I've got to try and not think of chocolate, not think of last dieback disease, not think of fuel filter being blocked, not thinking about the mower being knackered, and then everything will be wonderful today. Right, gonna carry on round here, and we'll either stop when Harry gets here, which is quite a way off yet, because he's got to get back from school, or we'll stop when we see the mower going in the other field. Jack's not coming down because he's reffing a football match today. Harry's supposed to be playing, but I think he's going to skive off. But Jack is actually reffing. He's done his ref training, which is brilliant, and now he goes off and refs matches. That's why when you, on weekends and stuff, you don't see so much of Jack now, because he's off reffing football matches, whereas Harry hasn't got quite the same commitment there. Right, well, let's see how this goes. You can see behind me, sun's really out now. It's a lovely warm day, and this, I mean, honestly, the grass here, I can't keep saying it, I got a hell of a crop of grass. Well, I have here. I can judge the state of the farm by looking at this field, and I can see this field is much better than normal. So if this one's good, then the rest will be good, because this one always suffers on the, as I said before, the nutrition lacking because of the water washing it away. But it's looking good. It won't be as heavy as that field next door, but it's still good. Look at it. Those stalls are quite thick. Honestly, I have mown this before now, where you think, is it worth mowing it? Because it's sort of bum fluff really. Whereas this is actually, you know, pretty impressive really. So hopefully everyone's having a good year this year. You know, we need to make up for what happened last year. That drought, last year, that cost us £7 grand in grass we bought back. Let's hope we don't have to go through that again. All that maize we didn't have. We made it though, we made it. That's the thing, innit? Farmers a challenge, you know, these ash trees, good dying. There's a challenge for me there to replace them all. I'm lucky I've only got 120 acres to deal with. Imagine if you had 5,000 acres or something, you probably won't bother, will you? You probably won't bother. I'm gonna go around this farm. And count up my losses and then work out a plan. Right, let's get going. Aye, the big guns are out. I've just seen movement up there of the old New Holland. They're into the what we call rough horse hay. So what we'll do is I'll drive up there and we'll stop and have a look. Because I know how quickly he'll flipping mow that and he'll have that done before I've been round here about another 6 times. Madness. Here we go. Anyway, I've been round here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. This is my 9th time round. I go round about 3 more times and I'll go up and down. But you can just see through the hedge there that he's just there. Right. Let's go and have a look. Oh, I do love that silence. Alright, let's get out. Oh, I hear that noise of that mower. Not good. It seems to be mowing better in here. I think it's probably because it's short, it's not as thick. Isn't it? But I tell you what, I'm just going to walk out now to where he's mowing. Doesn't it make you realise how lovely this is? Look at that handful of buttercups. And that oak tree up there just coming out now. Makes you realise how lucky you are to live in a place like this and work in a place like this. Winter's awful. I blooming hate winter. January, I flipping hate winter. January, just January. But when you get to this time of year, look at this, the May blossom on here. This is late this year. Look, that's not even out. Look, that's surprisingly late. Most years that's gone by now. Oh, he's noisy as well. Let's get across here. I reckon we'll just be by him when he gets through the gate. If I run. John Bennett on there, I'm going to have a chat with him. Come on John, get to work. We've had our chat.
Have to wait, 'cause I'm not lowering the...
Let's have a look at that under there. What can we see? Oh, it's all looking shiny, no dents. I like it. Looking very smart, John.
Good.
Keep it that way. Right, we'll see you in a bit. Might see you tomorrow on the trailers. Right, John's going to get on. I got to get on. Harry might be turning up soon. He's got the big mower on the front. Big on the front. Big on the back. This is that thing start. quite a setup there, isn't it? Yeah, we got a good bit of grass. We were just talking. We had a chat. John's a good lad. I like good lad, good man. He's not a lad. I like to have a chat with John. This is pretty good crop out here. Doesn't seem to be quite so good over there in the middle. I'm wondering whether we just didn't put enough muck on that bit there. But it is, again, a bit like over there. It's much better than some years. I've seen this quite thin some years. So we are going to have plenty of grass in the clamp. Sure of that. We'll just have a look when he comes round, and then I better get on with what I'm doing. I think he's just done a quick turnaround along there. I'm not sure why he didn't go round and round, but he seems to be coming back this way, so that's actually good. We'll have another look when he's coming back. I was just, while he was turning around, I was just distracted. I was just whacking this iron in here, which has just popped out. My stone hammer, obviously that's been tied. Probably needs an iron through like that, one of these with a bolt right through the side, because the post is probably getting a bit hollow. Let's have a look where he's going. Maybe he's going up and down now, I don't know. Maybe it's just a case of he's got enough headland to keep going up and down. Let's have a look. Alright, he's coming this way. It's like a spaceship on top, isn't it? Look at that. Chucking some grass out there, isn't it? Alright, let's get to work. Right, let's get back to it. John just said to me, have you got a cold? And I tell you, I haven't got a cold. What I have, and I don't like to admit this, but I think I get hay fever. My mother always said to me, oh, you get hay fever, and I'm like, nah. But sure enough, I have got hay fever, I'm sure of it. I feel a bit bunged up, and my eyes probably look a bit red. Anyway, let's hope this goes all right. Texting Harry, asking where he was, and lo and behold, Harry's turned up. So I'm just going to stop for about 5 minutes. That's good timing, isn't it? I was thinking he wouldn't come in. There he is. I think he's got a dog with him. He's got his yellow hat on, he's had that for years, it's really worn out, he won't change it. And the dog's struggling through the grass. Look at him. Look at the dog. Where is he? Hello, bud. Just put him on a short lead, don't let him go near the mower. Alright. How you, Haz, alright?
Yeah.
Good day at school?
It's alright.
Hello, bud. Hello. Oh, little man. Alright. Hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the mower is making horrible noises. The tractor wasn't running very well. It's going all right at the moment. Just check the belts. Oh, I can feel a belt off. That's not good. I'm gonna have to stop, Harry.
Why?
I can feel a belt off on there.
What one missing?
He's come off the runner. I'll have to speak to Tom and see if he'll finish this. Oh, can you smell it?
No.
Smell it.
Oh yeah, I can smell it.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Well, we stopped. I thought I could smell something. Right, this is game over for me on here. Harry's turned up just when I'm going to have to finish. What a nightmare. I'm going to have to either get John to finish it or Tom.
John or Tom?
John or Tom. I'm going to make a phone call. What did you say?
I walked all this way.
And
I
it's
haven't seen a
broken.
set of mowing at all.
Haven't you?
No.
Didn't you see the big ones with John?
I just briefly saw the tractor cab.
Oh. Right, well. It's a bit of a disaster. Well, it's not the end of the world. I thought this mower wasn't running right from this morning. And I kept checking the belts. And they're making noises, and I can smell the belts now. At least two have popped off, I reckon. So that's the job for me to strip this and check it. But I don't know whether it's game over for the mower anyway, really. We got the other one, we'll just keep going with that for the summer and then get another one in the spring. What do you think? Hopefully.
Yeah.
This is the worst bit anyway. Alright, dog? I knew something was going to go wrong today because it just didn't have that good feeling about it. Alright, I'm going to go and park up here. Alright, I'm going to see Tom.
Let me shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door. Oh, right, what a day. Right, we're heading back with the smell of burning in the air of those belts. Oh, I knew something was going to go wrong. Right, where's that not lifting up? Alright, I'll have to get this cover off here. That'll be my job to, well, maybe tomorrow actually. See what I'm dealing with under there. We get the belts back on it, and then maybe there was one not right before, I don't know. So you haven't had much of a day today with your mowing, have you?
I haven't seen anything.
No.
That's the whole point I came down here, so I could see it for the very first time.
So you can see John doing the mowing?
No, I'm fine. I did get a video.
You did?
Yeah.
I could drop you at the top of Hawkins, you can walk back from there.
It is fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
You must be boiling with that on, Harry.
I am.
You need to wear something lighter. You need a little summer gilet or whatever they call them. Right, so this is the end of the vid. We are abandoning ship with a tractor that is chugging along okay now, but a mower that the belts have come off and I think he's had it really. We've got the other mower my brother's using. He's coming back down, just be to see him. He's coming down to do this, finish this. And that mower is alright. I think we can probably see the summer with that one. I hope we can. Otherwise this panic station is buy a new mower. Well, it's not. We'll get someone in to do the mowing. I'll patch this one up as well. You know, I could have bought that new mower this spring, but hey ho, we're going to go through. I'm determined to see summer out without spending any more money. The miser that I am. Hey? Yet.
Might have to.
I might eat those words, mightn't I, Harry? Alright, we'll get on, crack on everyone. We're going home. We're going home, we're going home. We are going home.